Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On this video, I will show you how we can create a carousel in Angular. And I'm going to create this carousel from scratch. I'm not going to use any external library on the top of the Angular to build this carousel. So this is how the carousel looks like. So here it will show me the image document, which is also an image, of course, I have three documents here. So it's going to show me the first here. And if I click on next, it's going to show me a next one. If I go Torah, it's going to show me Torah. And if I click next, it will go to the first one. Same with the preview one. The preview will go back, and if I go click on the preview after one, it goes back to three. And I have also the called the progress bar here. So if the progress bar will end, then it will show me the next document. So I have one, so now it's going to show me two. Progress bar will stop it if I hover on this image, and if I unhover on it, then it's going to continue my progress bar. And basically, when I hover it, then my progress bar will stop, will do at a pause state at this time. And if I remove, then now progress bar will be in resume mode. And I'm going to build this progress bar using the RxJS library. So I'm going to do all on this video. So let's begin. So I do have a project here, and this is the project which is running here already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my different branch, and this branch I don't have anything. I have a blank Angular project. That's all I have. The blank Angular project, it doesn't have anything. It just have the app component here, and the routing. We don't need routing for this demo, and we just need this one, the app. And what I'm gonna do, the first thing is I'm gonna remove this boilerplate, which is coming with the Angular template. So now it's printing as test, which is good. So now I'm gonna create a new component here. So ng generate component, and I'll generate a component called Carousel. Okay, so I'm gonna generate this and you generate C carousel. Now it's going to generate me a new one, and I'm gonna also generate a service, and I'm gonna put this inside the service folder, VIC a service folder, and I'm gonna call this as RSJX interval. Okay, so I need to create a progress bar, and this is a service to do a progress bar. So now let's focus on the carousel. So I don't need this terminal now. I'll put it here. So I'll go in my app component first. And now I need to put some data here. I already copied this slide. And basically it has something called iDocument. An iDocument is nothing. It just has a source of the image, name of the image, and description. That's all it does. Okay. So what I'm going to do, the first thing is I'm going to create this interface here. I'm going to export this interface for this iDocument. And iDocuments, and this iDocument is going to be a source here. On the source is a string, and I can do source. Sorry, no need private. Source as a string, name as also a string, and description as string. Okay. So once I have this, I do have iDocuments, and now I'll go in here in my app component, and I'm gonna call my app carousel, which I have it. So I'm gonna save it. Now it will say carousel works, and this is my carousel component is printing out here. So the first thing what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass this iSlice. I'm gonna pass this slide to my app carousel. It's complaining here. The reason is I haven't created the input field here. So I will create the input field, and I'm going to call that slide. I'm going to call the slides is iDocument, right? That was the interface which I create, and it's an array. So now I get this slide. If I print it here, it's undefined. Okay, we have to know why it's undefined. We have to make sure that we're passing the data. The slides, I'm passing the slide, and I'm getting the slides, and input field is slide here. If I save this, now let me see. Undefined, because well, I didn't save the HTML part. Yep, I didn't save the HTML before. So once I save everything, now I will see my three documents is coming here in Carousel component. Now let me build couple of the save CSS and HTML here in Carousel. Okay. So the first thing, let's build some container here, and inside the container, let's build. I don't want to worry about the progress bar at this time. The only thing I'm going to create is a header where I could create my that document header, right? Document header. So I'll just create a document at this time, and this is going to be my carousel class. So I'll write right here something called carousel, nothing else, and in the carousel I will create a UL and li. Okay, and the UL, let me create some class, and this class is going to be a list UL, which I'm going to define it now later on. And in a li, let's give list li. Okay, okay. And inside here on the list, I'll create an mg image with the source. Image with the source. I don't want this. And here I need to put the image link, which I'm going to put it later on. And let me create some of the controls now. And this is going to be my control for the next control for the preview and next. And there's going to be button, nothing else. Just give a class called next. And here you guys can also put the icon, but I'm not going to put the icon here. Okay. Okay, so now it looks like this, nothing else. Next, preview, document, and the list. Okay, so now let me loop this first, because we know that we have getting couple of the not on here but on here. So we know that we are getting the slide. We are getting the slide here. So let me loop that slide, which is also called documents here, right? And I also need the index number. So put this as index number here. Okay, so this is my slide, and I'm gonna show my image here. Slide dot source. Okay, now it will give me a three image here, big image, three big image. It's supposed to give me. Oh, yep, it's loading here. So it's giving me a three big image. Okay, so that's all it does. It's sliding, and it's supposed to give me. Yeah, it's still loading, but it will give me. But I don't. I'll directly go in CSS and work on the CSS part now, because the first thing what I want is oh, I need to put this on app.css. Here I don't have anything. I want to put this as a padding 0. Everything I don't want to put any, because I'm using couple of the like paragraph stuff where I don't want any padding and margin, and I'll put this in here, which is good. So now I have a image here already, as you guys can see. And if I scroll it here, and this is really huge, I really need to make this as a work with the CSS first. So let me go to the here, and this is my header, which is printing right here, and this is the carousel, which is printing this one. So what I'm going to do, the first thing is I have a container here. So on CSS, on container, let me give some padding so I can see a little closely. Give some padding, and I will create also a background color, and I'm going to put the background color that here. Okay, and it will give me something like blue like this. And once I save it, now I have a background color, which is good. So now let me work on a header part, and in a header let me write some giving some padding, which give me a 10. Okay, and let me write also a background here, white. So now my header is going to be white and background. Okay. Okay, now it looks like this. So now so I have a header. Now let me work with the carousel first. So let me make this image is really huge. I really need to make this small. So let me do some with the carousel first. How to carousel? I'll just copy this just to making sure that I didn't misspell that CSS class. Okay. So let me make this as background white. All right. And let me write some border here. 1 pixel solid gray. Okay. Now let me give some padding. I want some padding, and let me make this position is relative, and let me write this height is 250 pixel. Okay. So now let's see how it looks like. Okay, so I have already really nice looking the carousel behind it, but my image is really huge still. So I'll copy this, and this is my image, going to be my image class right here. Do I have, oh, I don't have a class on image. So let me write a carousel image class. So I'll just copy this and put it here. Okay. So this is going to be my carousel image. And here in carousel image, I'm gonna put the height width is 100%, and the object fit is color. Okay, 100%. So now let me see how it looks like. Okay, so once it's refreshed, okay, now it's going to show me all my image here. This is all 3 images, as you can see. So I don't want to see all of it. So what I'm going to do here is so I'll create something called ng template here. Nope, not template, sorry, container, ng container. And in ng container, I'm going to filter it ng 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 if the index which I have currently, if is equal to current index. Okay, I don't have a current index, so I'm going to create the current index on my TypeScript here. So make this current index is a number, and make this as a 0. So I can only see the current index. So now I can only see the only one image, which is good. So I'm still seeing this the list here for CSS list for which is coming from that. So I need to hide that. So let me hide that one. So list UL, which I have my UL class, which is called list UL. Okay. So put me right as a, let me do the use UL as a display as for flags, and the list style which I want to hide it is none. So now it will show me there. Okay, good. So now let me do the, because it will also give me some padding and margin stuff. So let me do padding 0. Okay, and also the margin 0. So now it will go a little bit up. Okay, good. So now make this, I don't need to put this as overflow hidden, but I'll just put it. Now it will go as the middle of the image, which just looks perfectly fine. Now we just need to work on our next end preview. So this is going to be my next button, where I'm going to put the position as absolute, 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 and where it's going to be. The top is 50%, and the right is 0. Uh, Let me do 10 pixel. Okay. So now let me see where it goes. So here it is. The next is perfect place. So now it's exactly the same one for a left, for a preview one. And instead of the right, just need to put a left here. So now it will show me here. Okay. It's in perfect place. Now my image is in perfect place. Now let me build the carousel animations here. So now I do have this. Now my current index is 0. So go to my HTML and create some of the events here. So what happened, you should click on next first, right? And same with this, what happened if you click the preview? So I will go here and I'll create this method, two methods. The one is called next and another called preview. Okay. Okay, so now I have the next and preview. So now whenever we click next, it's supposed to go to the next one, right? And we have also slide, we have current slide. So let me write these documents here, the header, which will provide us what's really going on with the document. So here I'm gonna create this as I'm gonna write it here as a current index. The current will give me a 0, so I'm gonna add it up with 1. So it will give me number 1 here at the first time, and I'm gonna write it here the slides of the length. Okay, so now it's supposed to show me 1 and 3, and if I click on next, it's supposed to show me 2 and 2/3, stuff like that, right? Okay, so now let me create these events here. So if, right, if this dot current, if this the current index, the current index is slide dot length lesser than the slide dot length than 1, then increase this by 1. Okay, if it's not, then make this current index is equal to 0. Okay, so whenever I click now, it goes to second, it goes to third. Now if it's not, now it will not increase because the condition doesn't meet, so it will go back to 0, which is document 1. So it will go back like this. So our carousel is almost working up to here. So now let me write this as a preview here, the preview function. I'm going to copy this and put it here. Of course, this is not the preview one. So in preview one, if the current index, right, is greater than 0, then the current index is minus 1. That's all. Or else the current index is slide.length minus 1. So basically, whenever we end of it, then it goes to the last one. Otherwise, it just decreases it. Last one, decrease. So Carousel is almost working now. So now we only need to put the fade effect, right? And the fade effect, I'm going to use the angular animations here. So now let me write a couple of the animations. So here in the animations, we can write animations. And in animations, we can use the trigger function, which is also coming from Angular. And before I go to Angular, I forgot to mention here. Did I add a browser animation modules here? Nope, I haven't added. So go to here, otherwise the animation doesn't even work. We need to add a browser animation module, okay? Otherwise it will not even work, so we need to add this, and we need to also import this from Angular platform browser class animation. Okay, and this is also browser animations modules, animations, not animation. Okay, so once I have this, now I could write the animations code here. We need to import that modules, otherwise it doesn't even work, guys. So we need to import that. Okay, so I'm going to write the animations, and the animation is we can write with the trigger, and trigger will take the function here, the parameter. And first thing we need to provide the first parameter, we need to provide the name of the animations. So we'll tell that this is going to be animation carousel, and in the second one we will put the array here. And inside the array, we could able to put our transition. There is something called transition, which is also coming from Angular here in Angular animation. In the transitional, now we can put the state here, and my state is going to be whenever it's coming from the void to my default state. So void is if it's nothing there, and it's nothing there, and it's coming to my default state, then we could use this. and in first parameter, and second parameter, now we need to use the animations here, right? And I'm going to use basically the fade in animations. So for fade in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the first thing is it will take this array will take the first as a style. So I can put some couple of the styles here, and the second one I need to create the animate and animate. Okay, so now style is complaining me, and it's because we need to put the as object here. What is my void state will be at the first time. So I will say the opacity should be 0. Okay, so the animation would be 2 seconds. I could literally put like this, and if I want to use this any carousel animations, then just need to go here and I just need to tell where I want to use it. So I'll tell that I will want to use it here. Okay, on image. So let's see how it looks like now. So now my fade in effect is working. So whenever it goes to next, my fade in effect will work here. We could also put here in animated. So whenever it's coming from nothing, null or whatever, to the default state, then my opacity, the first should be 0 and make animation 2. And here we can put like opacity 2 as well. Oh no, not 2, sorry, opacity 1 as well. Hold on here, sorry, not here, not like this, but using a style here. Forgot to put this style. Okay, so but we don't need to put this. The Angular will know that after the animation we need to show the any documents or anything. Angular will know, but we can also put like that. Now it will go to the fade in effect. Whenever it's coming at first time, now it does the fade in effect already, guys. So now what I'm gonna do is let me write a couple of the another if I want to use this for multiple animations, then what we can do is we can also export constant. We can also create as a fade in, and here I could write something called animation, right? And this also needs to become from the animation modules, and inside the animations here, it will take the array, and inside the array, I can put this here. Okay, so once I put this here, now what I could do is on here, on whenever on this state, I could use something called use animation, so I can reuse these animations again on other places as well. I export this so I can reuse this. So I can reuse this fade in effect. So let me put something, let me write scale in effect as well. Okay, so in scale in effect, the opacity is 0 at first time. Let's do some transform here. Okay, let's do some transform, and on the scale, let me write the 0.5. Okay, uh, but not here inside this because it's style object here. So put this as an animation is 2 seconds, and the style is opacity is 1 is good, and make this transform to scale 1. So make this scale. So I'm going to put this scale in here now instead of fade in. So now let's see how it looks like. Oops. Hold on, guys. I haven't saved it. Did I save it? Now I save it. Now it's giving some error. Let me check what's error. It says carousel animation failed due to the following error. Transform is not supported by CSS. Okay, let me check. So what I wrote here, the opacity is 0 and the transform is scaling animations here. The style is opacity is 0. Transform is this, and the animation goes to 2 seconds. And style is this. Transform is this. I can't build because the provided animation transform is not supported with CSS property. scale in, transform. Oh, it should be a transform. I misspelled it here. Guys, I'm sorry. I misspelled there. I was like, what really going on? So now, okay. Okay, so now I'll just refresh one more time. Let me check. Okay, now it is. So it's transforming. When I click it next, it just scale in now instead of doing a fade in effect, right? Which is really cool. Okay, so we can use a transform or we can use a scale in. It's really up to us. Okay, so now quickly let's build that RxJS progress bar as well on this one. Okay. You know what, guys? I'm gonna build the RxJS progress bar in the next video. So please watch the next video if you guys want to know how to we can use a progress bar on Carousel. And I'm gonna put this code on the GitHub, and you guys can download it. And hope you guys like this video. If you guys like this video, please do subscribe and like it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Bye for now.